All right. This is the final video, right? The final video. Remember, I said three parts. We had the early days. We had the branch out. Yeah, I skipped the day on recording. And now the call, right? So this is 1 year later. Exactly. Almost exactly 1 year later. I get the bird call. And dude, I mean, exciting, right? Exciting, but I was super nervous. I mean, I'll get into the story, I guess, but like the whole event, I was shaking. My hands were constantly little shakes just because of how nervous I was. They finally stopped after day 2, after everything was said and done. And wow, like let me just tell you. So I mean, the early days, honestly, I didn't ever expect myself to ever go in person anywhere, right? But then once when I started getting to that branch out phase, I started setting goals, and like you got to think like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And remember, like I said, up until recently, a lot of this was volunteer work. So it's like, really, why am I doing this? And it's because I love the game, I love the community, and I believed in it, right? I believed in it, and then I had that goal. That mega goal was to make it to a live event where a lot of the people that I started with were already doing it. So let's go right into this. So I got the call. I was super excited. I mean, it was I knew probably 2 weeks ahead of time. So I mean, it was just amazing. Let's see. So what am I even talking about? What's the story here? What's the because episode 1 we had availability, dedication. Episode 2 was being persistent. Episode 3 now for new casters, if you make it to a LAN, I mean, just like I said a couple of times, soak it up, try to learn as much as possible, right? So I got the call. There's 2 weeks in. I started studying, right? I started studying the damage on the guns from multiple sources. Started studying whatever player stats I can get, whatever team stats I can find. Surprisingly, a lot of this stuff is scattered. I couldn't really find a source that was just 100% like that's all you need. And I started studying different VODs of teams and where they drop and all that good stuff. So I had Excel sheets. I printed out a bunch of papers of this stuff as well that I studied and took notes on the plane. I even brought a little black book with me. I got it right here, actually, with a ton of notes. Woo! A little black book with me that I carried with me every single day. Somebody said something that I found interesting. I wrote it down, right? I mean, they might not have noticed me writing it down, but I 100% wrote it down because I was trying to learn everything I could. So I studied, and I finally got there. Vegas, first time. The company, everybody in charge, first of all, amazing job, right? They set it up. They hooked it up. I didn't have to worry about none of that stuff. So it was pretty sweet. We had a dinner. We had a dinner with all the talent. So I guess that's where I'll start it. I was nervous. Like I said, the whole event, I was nervous. I was really quiet, really passive, just, trying to feel out everybody, trying to learn, because at this point, like, I was the new guy. Everybody that was here were pretty much veterans at this point. Like, they've been to multiple events. They got this on lockdown. Everybody was super nice. I remember one story, we were introducing ourselves around the table, more or less, not to the talent, but to like the production and all that stuff. And the reason I remember this, because it was kind of funny to me, just because of all the weird looks I got. But I introduced myself, right? I was like, I'm Mustache Dave. I am the Swiss Army knife of PUBG. I observe, I cast, I desk, I do whatever you need me to do. And people were looking at me like, this guy's nuts. They're like, who is this guy? Well, I mean, like, they knew who I was, but like the other talent and stuff, they're like, Mustache Dave, he's crazy. Because I never really had the chance to prove myself yet at a live event, right? Like, all my work up until this point has been over the internet. So they just didn't know. And I even think the production and all of them, they were uncertain as well, because they kept it pretty open, like, oh, we might switch up people here and there. And I felt like that might have been because they just didn't know what I could do, or if I could, live up to their expectations type of deal. From my understanding, like Richard Lewis, all these people, they scouted out everybody, and they just had a vision for me. So back to that, all that information that I learned, right? The damage stats, the player, they told me, listen, we're gonna bring you in there. You're just gonna go. You're just gonna talk to people. That's Ruben, by the way. So all that information that I studied for 2 weeks, useless. I mean, besides maybe having a little background knowledge of the players, all the information was useless. And so I, remember I was nervous. So my nervous level, it got taken up a notch, right? So that was the dinner. That was the rehearsal day. I'm still just in awe that I'm actually here. Look at that fresh cut, by the way. I gotta go see Marcus tomorrow. Woo. Whatchamacallit. So day one comes rolling around. I got earpiece with Mike in my ear. He's from the production room. Pretty much just letting me know, like, Dave, you're live. Dave, throw it to desk type of deal. So remember, this is my first time. So there's the mic piece right there. I had never have done this before. I had to listen to them. I had to keep up with the cues, and I had 15 minutes. This was the pre-show. I had 15 minutes and then 30 minutes. So I just had to fill, because the whole point, and I think they did a great job with their vision, is that they didn't want these slates with just like sponsors or just a timer going. So, whatever they can throw out there in their eyes is better than what was before that. So they definitely set a precedent, right, for future events, and just retaining the viewers, right? Because up until this point, like, viewers would drop a bunch too. Like, they were just straight up drop. Because if you think about it, why would you wait around and watch a timer screen? I mean, I personally do, because I want to, watch every single moment of the events. But as just a casual viewer or anybody like that, I would, I'm on Twitch, so I'm gonna go look around. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So that was that idea. That was the idea behind that. So day one goes. I'm nervous. I'm sweating bullets. I'm so nervous. I might have even sweat on a couple players. I don't know. But even the players, I mean, they were amazing. If a couple of these guys didn't actually want to talk to me, I mean, I would have been a fish out of water, right? So, yeah, see this prophet right me. I mean, just whatever they want to say. I was trying to come up with questions that weren't so much hard to answer, just because I didn't really know where to go with this. Let me check on my ear. So, day one was definitely a struggle for me personally, just because it was my first time. It was my first time meeting most of the players as well. Like a lot of the NA guys I've spoken to online from my interview shows. So like I knew them, but that was all online. So like Team Vitality. Yeah, this is my first time talking to them. They were actually watching some soccer. So yeah. Day one was challenging for me, but at the end of the day, everybody said it was great. So I actually went back. People went out that night. I guess this could be the lesson. I guess. I mean, this is all my experience. People went out to dinner. They were hanging out, having fun, which they should. But I needed to go back. I went straight to the hotel room, got some room service, and just watched the VOD. Like, watched the VOD. I read the Twitch chat feedback. I took notes, like for example, like, see, I'm interviewing right here. I took notes on what they said, so that day number 2 I can follow up on it. So I guess you can say it's a little bit of dedication. I didn't let it get to my head like, oh, I'm in Vegas, let me go party. I was like, no, I'm here for work. I mean, it was my first time in Vegas. I mean, let's be honest. I could have went out, had a lot of fun, but I had a job to do, and I wanted to focus on that job. And I believe that's what I did. I did my best, right? So that was day one. I had a mic in my ear. I went straight back to the hotel room, rewatched everything, took more notes, and around this time as well, day 2, they had a lot more ideas because they also had filmed like these cutaways that I worked closely with a gentleman named Matt as well, and we would study the cutaways and me and him would come up with questions that I can ask for the cutaways, like that try to get a little more personal. Like Bollock, you saw earlier, they did a cutaway with him and how he cooks and all that good stuff. Kramer, they did a cutaway with how he's multi-culture, or he's traveled a lot. And then I believe it was, who is it, Dignitas, there's brothers, right? So they did these cutaways that in Andy Pyro, his upbringing. So I watched all those cutaways that night as well, because day number 2, they wanted to showcase those. So I watched those. I took some notes. I'm in my hotel just studying it up. Remember, all that gun damage, drop location, player stats that I studied before the event, it was garbage. It was garbage. I didn't need that. What I needed was to gain a better sight onto the players and their personalities and their stories. And that's what I did. Day 2 came along. So day 1, I proved myself. And this is me ranting on, right? Because a little fresher in my mind as well. Day 1, I proved myself, sort of, kind of. They know I can show up. So day 2, we're getting geared up to go. It's like an hour to go, and I remember this story as well. We got maybe an hour to 30 minutes. It's a nice day outside. So you saw at the beginning of this video, we did the cutaway. This is day 2, by the way, of me starting outside. I was like, yo, let's start outside, show the area. So I feel like since I kind of showed them that I'm here to work, I'm going to give it my all, they started kind of taking my feedback day number 2. So I spoke to Matt, and he's like, let's do it. That's a great idea. So he actually got in trouble for this because it was such short notice that if it failed, I mean, yeah, I don't know what would have happened. But it was just us starting from outside, showcasing the area, and then working our way inside. So they had to scramble. They had to get the mic going for outside. They had to get the camera lens for outside. All these people moving parts. And I felt like they believed, right? Like they believed, okay, this guy, he's got an idea. Let's try it out. Let's do it. And we did it, and it went great. It went great. Kind of gave that feeling to let's start the show type of deal. I met a bunch of people there. I loved it. It was a blast. I'm just watching with you guys as well. So day 2 comes rolling around. I'm a lot more comfortable, but I'm still shaking because like I'm still in that mindset like anything can go wrong. So the show is not over yet. I'm not gonna relax till the show's over. I'm still nervous, but I'm a little more comfortable because, like I said, I got these follow-up questions from day number 1 that I can ask, to rely on. And also day number 2, I had Mike in my ear with, say I was getting a little stale. He would be like, go over there, go over to the bar, just to showcase the actual venue. And I remember he said, go to the bar. And I was like, oh, let's go check out who's getting wasted. He's like, no, don't talk about alcohol. I'm like, whoa. I started freaking out a little bit. But it was just a funny story. Like I had direction. And then not only Matt, the guy that I spoke to about just a second ago who helped me with the videos, he was a big part in day number 2 as well, because they wanted to showcase what they got. Like WSOE, the production, ESP, all the staff there, they wanted to like really showcase what they got. And some reason, I mean, front page, just the perfect storm as well. The numbers were there, like it was popping. And I didn't know until after. I actually think someone told me during the thing, like they had me doing like a little Twitch or Twitter showcase. Like if you tweeted at them, they would showcase it. That there was like 70,000 people watching. I was like, holy camoli, like there's 70K people watching this halftime show of a dude that has a mustache, just run around, talk around. Let's I wanted to be done by now, but let's go here. These are the cutaways that I was making mention of. Oh, look at that slow ass internet. Here's the Bollock one. So I'm almost done here. This is day number 2. The production team, WSOE, Richard Lewis, Mike, Matt, everybody involved, even ESP and Auzom. making it just run so smooth. They wanted to showcase what they got. You know, they were trying all these new elements, like the one that you see right there. Like day one they had it, but day two they corrected it, fixed it. Yeah, it was just phenomenal. So I had more direction in my ear day number 2 as far as showcasing things like the Twitch plugin. And then I had Matt as well, like, let's go over there, let's go over there, let's go over there. Remember the story, remember the story. He actually had a whiteboard, like the story, cook, chef, because I studied it, but, you know, I'm in the moment. I'm sweating and I'm nervous. I got 30 minutes to fill. So Matt definitely came in clutch with that as well. Just with like spark notes, right? Like, oh, the cook. And I'm like, oh yeah, the cook. So I'm like running over there, jogging. I'm like, okay. And I get right into it and I showcase what they want to showcase. So really, it was a great experience. The moral of this story is hard work definitely pays off. Like, I'm leaving tomorrow. Like, surprisingly enough, people liked it. I find it funny because it's just funny. I would have never guessed a year ago. But, yeah, I'm getting geared up to actually travel again to do Mustache Dave halftime pre-show part 2. Hopefully I don't stumble. Hopefully I don't fail. But I'm going to give it my all, right? Like, I guess that's the moral of video number 3 is all that hard work, the early days, the branch out, the dedication, the availability, the sacrifices, you know, just time. It's worth it, you know, it's worth it. I had a blast at this event. Even if it was my last event, like, it was so worth it. It was so worth. I mean, meeting the players, meeting the casters that I've been casting online with for some time now, you know, role models, and like, I can't say it enough, but the production team, like, there was lunch, there was breakfast, they hooked it up, man. Matt was making sure I was good to go. The light guy, the camera guy. So that's another thing. So the story is you get called out to a LAN. It's your first time. Do your best day number 1, but don't let it get to your head. Don't let it get to your head and go party and have a great time that night. Like, go back, go study the Twitch chat. No matter how toxic or positive they are, go study whatever feedback. And not only that, just study yourself, right? Because there's one other thing. The Twitch chat day number 1, they loved the light guy. The light guy, he was like in a shot or two, and people were like, who's that? Who's the light guy? Who's the light guy? And I was like, dude, Twitch chat loves the light guy. Day number 2, I'm getting the light guy in there as well. And yeah, that'll be my last point. Let's see. So I'm talking to Richard Lewis right there. He's showcasing the vision for WSOE. And so I wanted the light guy. So this wasn't. I asked the light guy first of all, how much can you bench? How many push-ups can you do? He said he could do 20 push-ups. I'm like, dude, you and we're doing some push-ups. So I told him about it, and I told Matt about it. I didn't tell anyone else about it. All I said, people hated my push-ups too. All I said is, if we got time, you and we're doing it, brother. And Matt, I told Matt because I wasn't sure, like, if this is something that's cool. And I don't even know if he told production. He just said, yeah, do it. We're doing it. And remember, I'm trying to make up to Matt as well, because he was kind of in hot waters from my quick adjustment from the pre-show of coming outside. So he was a little hot waters from the production, but it just worked out. So I did player interviews. I mean, I was just showcasing the venue. I mean, look at the place, showcasing the players, like, everybody just having a good old time. Like, yeah, it's serious. This is day number 2. We got 3 games left to either win all the money or not. And asking him about his lunch again. See, I mean, this is like production. This is the light guy, the cable guy, the camera guy, like, just getting everybody involved, right? I really loved it. The behind the scenes feel. So, final thoughts right here for day number 3. Give it your all. That's a given, right? Give it your all. Do the best you can, and I'm sure people will recognize your ability to perform, and that you're just trying. You're not just sitting in the back lollygagging around. Like, you're there, you're attentive. Personally, I was off my phone a lot because I wanted to be aware of everything that was going on. So I wanted to showcase that, like, I'm here to work type of deal. That's just me. and give it your all. 1 year later, made it to LAN, Mustache Dave style, dedication, availability, all that volunteering work paid off. I mean, and I'm looking forward to the future. Hopefully I get more events. I'm going to remain consistent in the community because honestly, let's be real, like that's where it's at. And I got a couple projects in the work as well. Like, going to keep doing some more of the talk shows and stuff. I don't know if he wants me to mention it, but I won't mention it. So just stay tuned for all that stuff. And with the 5-year plan, like I don't know, PUBG, hopefully it's here to stay. I'm thinking it's here to stay. I mean, the numbers at PGI were phenomenal as well. So I mean, it's getting hype. It's getting hype. So hopefully my 3 videos, I know this one was 5 minutes longer. Hopefully it provides you with some insights, at least my experience from the past year, maybe some helpful tips and tricks that you guys can use to make it to LAN yourself, to become a caster, not only for PUBG, but for any game. I feel like any game this can work for. And I'm sure a lot of the casters had around the same experience. Hopefully maybe I'll inspire them to make a little diary as well. I mean, on how they made it, right? I mean, that would be awesome. Just because there's so many people that are talented out there that I know can just make everything better, you know? So, all right, that's it. That's my diary. I'm going to go pack. I'm going to go gear up. Like I said, hopefully I don't poop my pants at this next one. If I do, I guess that might go viral as well. Mustache Dave poops his pants. So, till next time, let me know what you think. Maybe I'll do some more diaries. Let me know how you liked my rants. Or if you hated my rants. Regardless, let me know. See you guys next time.